What's up, guys? Headphones Neil here with my recap video for my half-day trip to Knott's Berry Farm. So I was originally going to have the video recorded right after my trip, but there was an unexpected change in the trip when I was there, so I thought I would adjust my review based on that trip as well. I don't have the notes yet for my friend for his trip at Disneyland and Frontierland, but when I got to Knott's Berry Farm, as I was waiting in line for Pony Express, I met a nice lady and her daughter who were visiting the park for the first time and had just gone to Disneyland a couple days before. So as we spent the rest of the day around the park, I had a chance to talk to them, talk to the daughter, get their experience of the park, what they like, dislike, what did they think of Frontierland versus Ghost Town, and all of that stuff. So rather than my usual starting at Ghost Town, making my way over to the Roaring Twenties, then the Boardwalk, and then Fiesta Village, I had already ridden on Ghost Rider first thing in the morning, and I was getting on Pony Express. After that, as we were deciding what to do next, we decided to go back to Ghost Rider, and then we did Hang Time, Silver Bullet, Jaguar, had some food along the way, and all of that sort of stuff. So it was a more casual trip, talking about some of the stuff at the park, why we like Ghost Town, checking out the stables and the jail. To talk to the inmate that's there. We had a chance to stop by at the grave where you could feel the heartbeat on one of them. So that was pretty cool. They got a kick out of that. And in general, enjoyed the park just for a pretty chill day. We did all have fast lane passes, so we were able to get on all the big rides except for Accelerator, which is, I guess, still closed pending some parts. And then Montezuma's Revenge, which is also where they've already started the construction or the renovations on the ride. So most of the loop is now gone as of July 13th. So when you are riding on Jaguar, it does feel kind of weird to go through that area where the loop is and not have the loop around you. So I don't know if they're going to end up getting rid of that, redoing it, or what they're going to do with the ride. But when you're at the park now, you can definitely see that the ride is in need of a paint job. So hopefully that's also one of those things that they do to match the colors like they did with Accelerator to the rest of Fiesta Village. One of the last things we did was also go on Supreme Scream. I've never really been a fan of the ride. I don't know if it was because I didn't like the pit of the stomach feeling or why I didn't like that ride in general, but going on it this time, it actually didn't feel that bad. So I don't know if they changed maybe the speed of it, how many times you go up and down, or anything like that. Maybe I've matured over the years or something like that, but overall I enjoyed that ride as well. So I actually can't wait to see what they do with Fiesta Village, but I still like that they have the missions around Silver Bullet on your way to Fiesta Village. The music is great, the fountain, the look and feel and atmosphere, and all of that is still very good. But when you go to Knott's Berry Farm and you go for things like Ghost Town, it is one of those things that are one of the areas that stands out as one of the better areas versus Disneyland. So granted, for the same price, you can visit Disneyland and have a bigger park, use their fast lane or Genie Pass or whatever they're calling it now. But Ghost Town versus Frontierland, I actually prefer Ghost Town mostly because of the atmosphere, what you have. So you do have the saloon that anybody can go into with a show. You have the horses at the stable, the sheriff's office, panning for gold, and a lot of things that you could do as if you were in an old west town. So that's one of those biggest things that I would recommend visiting Ghost Town for. So when you're comparing it to Westworld, that's one of those things where I would actually like to see them do Ghost Town alive throughout the year, I guess. But I guess granted you don't have too many winter themed Ghost Town stuff, but they do have Not Scary Farm at the end of the year to cover for that. So it all works out as far as theming that area of the park a lot. Now when you get to the Roaring Twenties area at the back of the park, The general theming of the area is nice. You have good music. They do have the secret speakeasy. So if you've never seen that, it is in front of the Berry Tales area. So if you check out the video in the playlist, which I'll also have linked in the show notes for this video, you can press the buzzer. You get a few different messages. So we all got a kick out of that. The new pizza place that they opened definitely fits in well with the Walter Knott Theater, the cars area, the Berry Tales ride. But compared to Ghost Town, it is actually a pretty quiet area and relatively small. So I do wish they could expand that area a little bit more, or turn the speakeasy into an actual speakeasy, or make that, I guess, a ride or a museum of sorts or something like that around the time of the Roaring Twenties to have another reason to visit that area. So um, the upside also is that it does transition well into the boardwalk area. So if you are a fan of that area or the boardwalk and surf culture, then um, it does fit in very well, but I would do kind of wish they had the gave the Roaring Twenties area room to grow. Granted, it's in the back of the park and there's not too much area for it to grow, but you do have things like, besides the Berry Tales ride, you do have the arcade and the bumper cars and things like that. So maybe there's not even too much for them to do, but maybe just I would like more in that area, so there's more of a reason to head back there. But between Berry Tales, the bumper cars, and the pizza place, it is a quick and easy way to get the look and feel of the area. So, with that being said, this time around, I didn't have a chance to eat a churro. It was, half a day, had lunch, so that was pretty filling. I did go by around the saloon area, but didn't have a drink or anything there, so neither up or down there. But if you check out some of my prior videos at the park, it's pretty much the same thing. There's not too much new stuff going on there. In the videos playlist I have set up for this trip, you'll see the walkthrough of Ghost Town. So I was able to walk around the bulk of that, so you can see how it was a beautiful day and how the look and feel of the town of Ghost Town feels like an actual old West town, and it does feel like you are in a Westworld style area. I didn't get to experience some of the stuff in their promo videos for Ghost Town Alive, so none of the bandits stealing the money or the mayor talking to the mayor or seeing the sheriff or anything like that. But if you ride the train, then you can still interact with the bandits who try to steal stuff. So I did get to experience that. As we were leaving the park, I did see they were having, I guess, a square dancing. I don't know if it was a competition or instructions or something like that, but it was very reminiscent of Back to the Future 3, when the doc has the first dance with the teacher lady. So that was actually pretty cool. I enjoyed experiencing that. So all in all, a good trip. It was a pretty warm day, but not entirely hot. So it was a fun experience, and it continues to be one of my. That's why it kind of continues to be my favorite park, is because of the Ghost Town area and the overall theming to be the amusement park representation of actual area or periods of time from California's history. So if you have a chance to visit, I definitely recommend going. If you have all day, then you have a better chance of being able to ride all the rides without a fast lane pass. All the major rides definitely do have a couple hour wait at least. So if you're aiming to go on, assuming they were all open, so if you wanted to go on, Ghost Rider, Silver Bullet, Accelerator, Jaguar, Hang Time, and then the log ride and the Calico River Rapids, you are going to be spending a lot of time in lines. So even if you have all day to spend at the park and you want to get on all the rides, I definitely recommend getting a fast lane pass so you can enjoy all the rides, have time to eat, check out some of the shows, go to the saloon, and have a more peaceful day. But for the people who say that, for that price you could visit Disneyland and a bigger park, I would actually say that Knott's Berry Farm is a more authentic experience for the periods of time that they are aiming to represent in all the different periods of time in California's history. So definitely worth experiencing the park. It can be done in half a day. So we didn't go on the water rides, and of course Accelerator and Montezuma's Revenge are closed, but assuming they were open, instead of things like Supreme Scream and the Swing Ride, we could have replaced it with those other two rides. And it's really a matter with the fast lane pass, a matter of probably an extra 30 or 40 minutes. But it is one of those things that you could spend a half day in. And we did go on Hang Time twice and Ghost Rider twice. So assuming we only went on those once as well, there's some time savings there. So with the fast lane pass, you can definitely do the park in half a day and have fun. It is a little bit more fast paced, but if you want to experience the whole park at a more leisurely pace, get the fast lane pass, and that way you can experience all the rides, have time to eat, and all of that stuff. So that's all there is for this particular review. So if you have any questions, comments, feedback, or anything like that, you can comment on this post at YouTube or on YouTube at youtube.com/PatelN01. As I mentioned, I will have a link to the full playlist so you can get my preview video, the 2 walkthrough videos, and this review all in one place. And if you prefer the offline podcast version, check out a similar review in podcast audio only form by subscribing to the podcast at headphonesneil.reviews. But thanks for tuning into this particular video, and until next time.